Starting 5 when you ride the bench on that OG. Hello OG, I'm with a bad chick who got cold feet. Never been with a boss like Kobe. Hey Bryant, they know me. Boss player #1. Focus on them numbers, son. Yeah, I got a number crunch, cause I deserve that #1. I'll be here for a minute. Nah, I ain't leaving soon. Yeah, I'll be on my grind. Time for you to pay your dues. It's been 5 long years. Pay. Damn,
all right, so welcome back. We are Melanination, bringing you all the news and intellectual conversations to all of our beautifully infused melanin creations. We are back and we are better than ever. We are your hosts. I am Nari.
I'm CJ.
Oh, it's your girl Johnny from that 317.
It's Jody. On the squad.
And the young one. Stay woke.
All right, y'all. Well, let's get right into the news. Actually, this happened a few hours ago, but young Dolph was reportedly hospitalized after he was shot multiple times in Los Angeles. So our heart, our thoughts, our prayers are with young Dolph and his family.
Yeah, I know it was your guy.
Hey, look.
Bivens.
Get well soon. But also, this is a time to think about while us fans encourage rap beef, it does get real.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point though. Like, especially with like people like TK now, I feel like murder is being glorified more than ever. It's kind of disturbing. Everybody's saying free TK, and he killed 2 people.
Oh, is that the dude who did the race? Oh, yes, see.
It's disturbing. But anyway, in other news, Kylie Jenner is pregnant with her first child by rapper boyfriend Travis Scott. Any thoughts on that?
Do we care?
Do we care?
I care.
I care about Rihanna. Can we talk about Rihanna?
Khloe Kardashian is also pregnant, so I don't know if they had like a pregnancy pact.
But it's a trap. And you know what I hate is that they love black men, but they don't do nothing for black people, so.
Rihanna's doing stuff for black people, but she getting her like screen time taken because of Kylie and them. To be honest,
I'm pretty sure they only view black men as just sexual creatures, and that's pretty much what you see a lot of
Can
times.
you kind of blame the black men that are?
So now, when you look at us and we say, when women want to look at us and be like, oh well, yeah, you know, I can understand why they see us as just for sex. I mean, look at what we do. But when they want to say, well, look at a woman for what she wears, I can't blame her for just looking like a whatever. I don't have a problem with them calling her a whore or whatever because she dresses like that or she acts like that. Might as well view her as a sexual creature. But it doesn't matter. Anyway.
All right.
Not just a penis.
Also,
facts.
yeah, shout out to Rihanna for releasing Fenty Beauty.
Get your foot off her neck, Rihanna. Let us breathe.
Were you guys satisfied with like the shade range? Not necessarily y'all.
I didn't hear it.
Well, it oxidizes darker. I think you have to actually go into the store to see the shades.
But like I've heard a little bit of controversy on Twitter because some people weren't satisfied with the shades that she, released. I don't know. She released 40 Shades. Not a lot of other makeup lines are doing that, so shout out to Rihanna. Also, Donald Trump. He recently criticized the NFL players during the national anthem. They've been kneeling. He called it disgraceful, and he said it's disrespectful to the veterans.
Well,
political statement or just plain disrespect?
I disagree with both, like Donald Trump and the kneeling. For example, I don't think that they should stand, but when it was just Kaepernick and a few other people, nobody wanted to risk their career. Now that the president got something to say about it, now all the teams want to kneel, and I feel like now it's a publicity stunt. And it's just like, I don't agree with it just for the simple fact that it's just going to be one of those things where we did it one time, but what are y'all actually doing to make it better? Like y'all caring about losing endorsements and stuff like that, but if somebody don't respect who you are as a human being, why care? But it's that we live in an individualistic society where it's every man for themselves, but at the end of the day, it's like, black people are out here really hurting. Like, it's this NFL player, I forgot. I think he played for the Seahawks or something like that. But he was profiled in Las Vegas.
Michael Bennett.
Yeah. Okay, him. And I think he refused to go to the White House or whatever one time. But, it's just like, it can happen to anybody ordinarily. Doesn't matter how much money you have. So for you to think about your career over, you know, the common good, it's just because, you know, I feel like they only see you as entertainment. They don't care.
I don't personally agree with that statement because of where I stand, you know, with, you know, that politically and where I am in my, you know, career, you know, with the Air Force and all that. But in my mind, I'm like, well, other people knelt, and that's a thing. Well, we looked at it at that point as just one guy doing it, back when it was just that one quarterback doing it. And now we have teams just kneeling during the national anthem. I'm like, okay, if y'all want to actually make a statement, just don't come to the game. I'd love to see that.
What are they kneeling for now? Because
I don't even know anymore.
Exactly.
They don't know.
They only started kneeling when Trump called them out of their name. So it's just like when Colin was doing it by yourselves, y'all were calling him stupid and all this and that and the other.
Weren't calling him to help him.
But
there was
the fact that y'all see that this man did not get signed again because he
exactly,
and y'all still want to play for this league. I totally agree with you. I think the world needs to have a day without black people, and we all just don't show up.
That's so factual.
And they see what it's like. No sports, no entertainment,
no Beyonce,
nothing.
No Beyonce.
No culture.
No but it's not just entertainment, you know, like just education as a whole. Going into the gas station, if we stop buying gas, stop buying groceries, y'all see what America would be like if black people just didn't do nothing but sit in the house for a day.
Every single Dollar General would stop to exist. It would just be gone.
It would. Because Dollar General is only.
That is very honest.
Black area.
Think about it. Think about it as you will, but that is the truth. They will cease to make money if we just stop going.
All right. Well, in other NFL news, J. Cole recently asked his fans to support Colin Kaepernick by boycotting the NFL. So, I mean, how do y'all feel about that?
Boycotting that should be very real, if you ask me.
How do we go about doing that though? If you not watch the game,
don't support it. Don't support it. Don't buy tickets.
I know it's hard when you're a fan of a sport, you know, that you've been watching your entire life. But it's just like, where do your morals lie? Like, where do your values lie? Like, these white people.
Football ain't life.
They don't care. They don't care about you. They care about your dollars and your views.
Because honestly, we could own a football team. Just
flat out.
Create a black football league.
Well.
No, not saying it like that. Like, not like
I mean,
black only. But I'm saying this is that majority
black
of like the NBA and the NFL are dominated by black players. If they all decided that we don't want to play for the NFL and the NBA no more, right? And then all the fans, because majority of them, you know, they love the athlete, but they don't love who they truly are. They would be like, okay, well, let's watch them. You see what I'm saying? Like, Tuskegee got their own stadium. How many HBCUs got their own stadium? They could just start from somewhere and, you know, it just be like a team. Like, you know how, like, the Harlem Globetrotters are. You know what I'm saying? Like, they big, but they ain't, like, NBA big. But the point is that if they all decided, fuck this, we not playing for y'all no more, and we about to start our own shit, if football is really that important to them, then they could just do it and they have black people on the teams. Because really, I don't know no black football team owner.
Well, there isn't. Yeah, not football.
And it's expensive to own teams, like hell expensive.
All right. Well, in a little bit of smaller news, Chance the Rapper, he was on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. He performed a new song with Daniel Caesar. Dwayne Wade, he was in negotiations. He was in negotiations with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He just signed a 1-year deal for $2.3 million. Wendy Williams, her husband, has been living a double life. He's apparently had a 10-year affair with a massage therapist, and and some good news. T.I. and Tiny, they called off their divorce. They're working on things. Now I got a little bit of new music. Danielle Bregoli, she's been releasing a few songs. I mean, and they've been decent. And actually, in news too, she was recently signed to Atlantic Records for millions. How y'all feel about that?
I've never even heard of this girl
before.
Is that the Viner?
Yeah, no, it's the Catch Me Outside.
Oh, girl, we don't care about that. That's not even.
What is she doing?
She got signed.
How did she get signed?
I've seen a lot of black people caping for her little song.
She's been releasing remixes of songs. Like she did the Rolling Peace remix with Kodak Black and XXX.
They both trash. But I've seen a lot of black folks caping for this little girl and her song.
I mean,
it apparently bumps.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Look.
No.
Is it good or is
I'm
it
not
not
about
bad?
I think it's good. She's only 14 years old.
She's only.
The Catch Me Outside girl is 14?
Yeah, she's only 14 years old.
She got
She
famous
needs
for
to
Dr.
sit
Phil.
down.
Okay,
She
she's
disrespectful
gonna eat a
to her
popsicle.
mama. It's really like if you do stupid shit in this world, that's how you get famous these days. That's how you make money. Like that
I'm
Bruce
finna
Gang
drop
nigga.
out and start
He used to start
selling
stealing shit. Now this nigga got tattoos all over his face.
Hard
Retarded.
You talking about boat game?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just saying, if you do stupid stuff in this world, that's how you gain up.
That's true. Fergie has a new song called Double Dutchess. Ledisi has a new song called Let Love Rule. Macklemore dropped a project. Gemini, Young Thug, and Carnage. You got the Young Martha EP, and of course Janae Aiko released The Trip. So
And G Herbo dropped Humble Beats. And Rose a Humble Beats. And a bunch of other songs that you should go listen to.
Janae Aiko is beautiful.
Support the city.
Don't listen to
Just
that
drop it
album,
in
y'all.
there.
It's gonna make you want a man or a girlfriend. So
Who?
okay.
Just a disclaimer.
All right. And for local news, I know
Career fair.
The career fair is coming up
It's
Thursday,
definitely the
so
move.
go out there and network and try and
make
get
sure
your
y'all
job.
have your
Resumes.
resumes and
Headshots.
Of course.
your attire. Make sure that's
Professional.
correct.
Don't be talking to your homegirls and your bros when you trying to go get your interview, because, you know, Secure the Bag 2018.
It's in me.
26.
No,
Well,
because
the
see,
internship
if the
will be in
internship, it'll be in
2018,
2018.
But you need to secure it in 2017
Right.
to get it.
That's also correct.
Y'all give it a
Top
time.
five.
Also, the freshman step show is going to be held this Thursday as well. So Friday as well. Just kidding.
Oh snap! And it's a black market this Friday as
That's
well.
right.
But with the step show, make sure that you come out and watch Rockefeller out there again with the 4-peat. All right, 4-peat. We have to keep protecting the house, so just come out and watch the boys.
Who?
Right, that's all I have to say about that.
Who? He said Rock.
Is Adams having a team this year?
No.
See, we're not going to talk about that.
pathetic.
There's a couple girls that have teams, but I don't really know
Candles
what the
Couch.
is. I don't really
Candles
know.
Couch. Make sure that y'all
Aziza's blog is
Oh,
there.
Carefree
Right.
Bitch.
That's what I'm
Make
saying.
sure y'all
Support
check
our
out Carefree
people.
Bitch.
support our people.
Check out
Hey,
Candles
Candle.
Couch and
We
Aziza's
love you.
blogs. Not blogs, but blogs. They're amazing. Check
Yes.
them out. And that's it. We're going to take a little break, but when we come back, we're going to be talking about black hair. Everything that
Show
is
me your
black
shrinkage.
hair. My shrinkage, it's extreme.
Do it.
Don't touch her hair.
I know. I thought about it. I'm like, Solange, I know
You
you're
better come
supposed to
back. Don't touch my hair. Keep it locked. It's Melanination.
You claiming you a freak, well bitch, it's time to drop that dope. Yeah, I don't wanna deal with these broke ass hoes and these broke ass niggas claiming that they CEOs. Yeah, having my way anyway, man, fuck the cons and pros. And you claiming you a freak, well bitch, it's time to drop that dope. Yeah, pussy little nigga, dollar bill Khalil at it again. Say you ain't having my money tomorrow, I'm calling my shooters and sending them in. Pussy nigga, fuck you, got no love for you, we ain't even finna see the pretend. I'm the type in defense and don't try to question a nigga, I sit back and grin. Paint a picture like the storyteller. My Alaska bitch say I'm the coldest ever, that's in any weather. Yeah, that pussy good, but your sister's better. You can't fuck in my car, hold that Prada leather. And I'm very clever. She wanna be my new Cinderella. Get what I told that hoe, probably never. But she know I like my wing lemon pepper. And I getting money in 3 ways. We ain't even dropped the mid-tape. By that money you get switch blade. Just ask your hoe how my D-take. Casanova when it come to these bitches, been having these hoes since the 5th grade. You say you the plug and I'm fucking your bro. We setting you up for a quick. Okay, now I don't wanna deal with these broke ass hoes and these broke ass niggas claiming that they CEOs. Yeah, having my way anyway, man, fuck the cons and pros. And you claiming you a freak, well bitch, it's time to drop that dope. Yeah, I don't wanna deal with these broke ass hoes and these broke ass niggas claiming that they CEOs. Yeah, having my way anyway, man, fuck the cons and pros. And you claiming you a freak, well bitch, it's time to drop that dope. Yeah.
Timmy, the motherfucking
Who got the sauce? Hey, who got the sauce? I'm Elski with the cookie. Hey, who got the sauce? Nigga, hey, nigga, who got the sauce? Hey, plus, bitch, I live like a boss. Hey, man, who the fuck are you? Who got the sauce? Nigga, who got the sauce? Hey, who got the sauce? Tropicana Novos. Mine sipping like Aquafina, that pussy so soft. Flip that play in the bow. A nigga can't be your bitch. Can't tell you how to get bitch. Jump off the porch and go get it. Bitch, hood nigga, never scrape the ball, never stress the hoe. I just beat it, cause that's what she want. That's just how I roll. OG what I smoke, fuck a hater. All they do is watch. Got a brand new Rolex, told my old bitch, and she pushed up just to give a nigga top. Even Mother Nature couldn't get that little freak to stop. And I'm ballin' in this bitch, a kilo nil up on the block. Stephen Curry with the shot, but I'm rolling with a shooter. 35 special, pop your top. Get real, nigga. Been the man since the man was a little nigga. I got caught on the field, nigga. They hate to see you win, that's real, nigga. They let her hate, but I'm still winning. I'm like Flamme, got a money team. I'm the Jordan and the Pippen, bitch. I grew up addicted to finer shit, bitch. Who got the sauce? Nigga, hey, nigga, who got the sauce? Hey, plus, bitch, I live like a boss. Hey, man, who the fuck are you? Who got the sauce?
Yeah.
All right, welcome back, viewers to Melanination. Before we start, make sure that y'all call that number with questions and concerns, 334-569-9728. And today, we're going to talk about black hair, kinks, curls, and everything.
Also, we forgot to shout out Cardi B for making it the number one on the Billboard.
Okay,
Congrats, girl.
she feel like a family member too.
Right.
I mean, I don't have red bottoms.
Yeah,
I can't relate.
Nobody buys me Lisa, whatever that shit was called. Lisa Laurent.
Okay, but speaking of black hair,
But with black hair. So, starting off, like, what do y'all think is interesting? Do y'all think black hair is interesting? Why is it a trending topic right now?
Yeah, I think it's real interesting.
I think
The reason I say so is because, like, nobody has hair like our hair. If I want my hair to ball up, it's gonna ball up. If I want my hair to be straight, it's gonna be straight. If I want it to curl, it's gonna curl. If I want that shit to mat together, it's gonna mat together. Who has hair like that? I can't show my hair no more, but I have locks. But like, I used to have a curl pattern, and I think one thing great about black people is like, you have multiple textures in your hair. Like the front of my hair is not the same texture as the back of my hair. I don't know if y'all can relate to that, but. So I think it's interesting.
Look, you can basically just walk around our campus and you see, looking at it from the guy's point of view, there are so many male hairstyles, even in this room right now. Ain't nobody wearing their hair the same. I don't know what we're calling all of this. This is curls.
Black excellence.
You right.
What is this? What
Black
you can't even see it, but you know, I literally just wake up in the morning and I wash my hair. And then I put leave-in conditioner in my hair. For everybody that wants to know what I do with my hair.
Oh my God.
That's what I do with my hair.
It's over with.
But honestly, everybody has something different that they either do to their hair or something that makes it the way it is. And basically, honestly, we could wake up in the morning and walk outside and that's us. That's our hair, however we choose to make it be. So we are
sometimes it
lazy.
be our hair, but you know.
Sometimes.
What I think makes black hair interesting is the camaraderie that surrounds black hair. Like, I can go up to a black girl and she got braids, and I can say, girl, your braids look so good, like they look so neat, and she can know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, we can talk about the products that we use, how we take care of our hair. Like the camaraderie that surrounds black hair is like something that can't be compared, and that's what I think makes black hair so interesting.
Yeah, I think it's just very much so that, like, it's so versatile. You can do so much with it, whereas white hair, like, white people ain't really got it like that for real. And especially, like, white people are really starting to jack all the trends and stuff and jack black hairstyles because they're making a comeback. Like, in the 70s and shit, everybody had afros and stuff, so white people were tripping over that and they started to do the same thing. But then it's like there's a switch where perms really came back for real, and, like, the variety started to stop. But now everybody got something different.
Okay, like you said, white people, you know, they culturally appropriate our stuff. Why do we not do that to ourselves? Like sometimes, we wear our natural hair and other girls be like, your hair is nappy. Your hair is, what is that? Like, why do we do that to our own people? If white people love our hair so much.
It's like ingrained, like, because the only way you can get a job and shit is if you look presentable. So, I mean, even my mom, like, she always told my brothers, cut your hair down. I don't want you to lock your hair up and stuff like that.
You said if we look presentable, why is black hair not presentable, though?
Because it's not their standard. Like, they used to, like, if you rock your hair however you want, that's freedom to them. And it's like, if you don't, if you have to conform to their standard, then they feel like they still got control over you and they still in power.
And that's the thing, we still do conform low key because we press our hair, we wear straight hair. Think about it, in the 1960s they introduced perms. So I'm just saying, like, we kind of still conform to them with the professional, like you said, with jobs and all that stuff. You're going to change your hair if you want that job. I want to
also say that, like, we shouldn't have the idea that this was not us in Africa. Like, just because we have more so, like, different variety hair textures, we can do different styles, like braids and bantu knots, it does not mean, like, that's all that African women wore. Because, like, in different cultures, like, if you see, like, Eritrean women, they'll have, like, 2 braids and then, like, the rest will be straight. Like, it's not necessarily, like, Eurocentric standards. Like, over here, it's just kind of like you have to put chemicals, to straighten it. I feel like it's not more so conforming. It's about how you identify yourself as a black person. If you wear your hair straight doesn't mean that you dislike natural hair. It's just basically how do you feel, what makes you feel beautiful, And I think that that's when the conformity comes in, when you think that you wearing your hair in its natural state makes you less beautiful than what you actually are.
But on a different level, coming from like professionalism and whatnot, when we talk about black women and black men hairstyles, and two different people, one man comes into a job interview, they may be dressed completely the same. They look like they're coming for the job, except when you see their hair, one man has dreadlocks, one man has a low cut. He might even have waves or something like that. Honestly, when I talked to a couple people about this today, I was, calling a couple people that I know back home that own businesses and have been hiring recently. They've had guys that come in or women that come in. Some women that they think might have a nappy hairstyle or look, or women that might have really, really long weave. Not everything from their point of view is, a professional look. And it's not, even the black people that own these businesses, it's not that they don't want to hire that, it's the fact that when they want to compete with other businesses, this is what they have to offer. And when you look at it from a much larger standpoint, you're like, this is what the actual norm is. And we can change the norm. But right now, we are competing with the norm, all right? And we can exceed all these barriers, but at the moment, we look at it from where we are, this is what we have to fight with. And so we have to use our tools to the best of our abilities to actually combat all this while we can right now. And later on in the future, down the road, maybe we can actually change the rules. But right now, we have to play with the rules that we have.
You ain't gotta play with nothing you don't want to do. I'm not playing with I'm not doing nothing I don't want to do.
I don't know, the check looking a little big. I'm finna change my hair. I'm sorry, look. If it's making money for my family or changing my hair, I'm gonna change my hair.
I agree with Jody on this one. I can't make money for that, because at the end of the day, you making money for that company, and I don't support none that don't support me, and that's just the type of person I am.
If you stay with that company and you go hard, then what if next thing you know you running that company?
You CEO.
I mean,
then you can change
that's possible. But the reality of it is that I'm right here and I'm right now. So I'ma take it or leave it, and that's the end of the day. And my mama, they say you can't have that mindset when you trying to work for somebody else. But the type of person I'm in, how can you help fight against oppression if all you do is help your oppressor?
Well, you have to get that first foot in the door, though.
All I'm saying is that I'm just exceptional. So I do exceptional work. I'm not finna have to conform to something I don't want to do because I'm an exceptional person and an exceptional worker. If that company does not want me, somebody gonna pick me up. I'm not.
But what if a company makes you an offer you can't refuse?
Huh?
What if a company makes you an offer you can't refuse?
That's not real.
That's like 6 figures. All you got to do is cut your hair. Use this as an example. I've encountered a lot of women.
We got a caller.
Mr. Telephone.
Who's that calling the money?
Hello. What's up?
Hello. What's your name? Where you from?
Hey, I'm from Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. And my name is Keisha, and I'm watching y'all. It's super entertaining, right? But seeing the 20 inches. Like, I'm not seeing the long luxurious weaves. And I do all that to my hair. I perm my hair. I wear my inches, and I love myself. And I just want y'all to talk about like the natural hair movement and like
the natural
Nazis. I don't know, because you got the natural Nazis, and they just think that they're the it. And they cute, but I like my inches. That's all I'm saying. I like my inches, and why am I being judged? Like, I love myself just as much as you do, but you know, I just like the long, flowy hair. That's it.
Okay, so this for the females. How y'all feel about the
long?
Thank you, caller. How do y'all feel the long, natural inches? Look, I love a 20 inch. Okay, I'm gonna slay that. I'm sorry.
How long is that? Is that here? Like all the way down the back?
To me, it's
how
here.
long 20 inches is?
No, my hair is like 1 inch. What you mean?
No, like just.
No.
But I don't
It's
know.
that
I feel
long.
like there is a standard in black people. Like natural hair is more in tune with their color, their culture. You know, we here, we Black Lives Matter than the inches girls. It's like
That's not true. 'Cause some people like natural is a wave now. Whereas some people are being natural, but they don't give a fuck about their culture. Like, and some girls will even say the only reason they're natural now is because of their hair texture, and so that is still being cool in a sense where you ask girls like, why don't you go natural? Oh, because my hair too nappy for that. Whatever is nappy, or I don't have good hair. Whatever is good hair. But the point is that you know some people be natural and they only natural just because of their hair texture. So at the end of the day, I feel like there are some people that judge and. I'm not a judger, but I think that you have your personal beliefs, but when you come to think that, you know, natural people hair is unpresentable or like you trying to fit into a Eurocentric standard, that's why I have a problem with you wearing your inches.
I feel like, girl, rock what you want to rock. You having inches doesn't make you any less, doesn't dilute your blackness in any way. You can rock natural or weave. This is a weave, and I'm still natural under this. But I just feel like with that, I just feel like.
With that, it's all. Okay, my issue with that is, like, for me, I'm going to wear 20 inches, I'm going to wear 30 inches. But then, you know, I'm not scared to wear my puff. I think the thing comes when you like, oh, I got to get my hair done because I don't like my natural hair. I feel like that's where the problem comes in. Like, you got to be comfortable with yourself. Like, if you have to wear weave every day because you're scared of your natural hair, like, I think that's where the problem comes in.
So for the girls that aren't natural wearing their own hair like that, they don't feel like that's appropriate, how do you fix that problem? How do you teach at least the younger girls that are coming up right now, seeing all this in the news, seeing all this in music videos, it's all long, straight hair.
That's what I think. You gotta limit outside. You gotta limit outside like influences. You got like if this is my child, I gotta tell my child your hair is beautiful no matter the kinks, the curls, the grade of hair you have. Like you have to influence the people that's around you. Like you gotta let people know that you're beautiful inside and out no matter what no matter what hair color. You still gonna be beautiful. You still gonna be yourself. Like
I feel like we have to like eliminate that elitist attitude. Like if you wear weave, you're not better than me because I wear natural hair, and if I wear natural hair, I'm not better than you because you wear weave. We're all black. We all go through the same struggle. Like,
so why people look at us and say you're black, so we're better than you anyway. So now we're just fighting against ourselves about the pettiest thing. And even though I say it's petty. And I feel like our hair is one of those things that kind of actually defines us, whether we want to look at it that way or not. It's one of those things that is a point, it's a topic. No matter who you're talking to, you come up to we can go up to a guy and be like, man, how you get your waves like that? And be like, man, how you get your hair come up like that and twist and curl? Or a girl would come up to another girl and be like, how do you get your edges to stay flat like that? I mean, it's just anything. It is a point that defines us. So, I mean, I just wish, because my sister has gotten really deep into like weave and all that now. And I mean, I wanted her to wear her own hair because her hair is beautiful. That's what she was given. That's what she was born with. But at the same time, I understand from growing up with a sister that that's a lot of work. Keeping up your natural hair is a lot of work. But at the end of the day, from a guy that's had a sister, from a guy that's grown up in salons and shops all the time like that, I appreciate that. I appreciate the work that these women put into doing their hair every day.
So let's talk. Go ahead. I was going to talk about the male opinion about how we rock our hair. Like, does it even matter?
Like weaves more?
Does it even matter?
Like the puffs more?
Bro, it really don't even matter. Like, I had like that stage where I was just like, yeah, if she got afro or locks, I'm fucking with. But then also is at a point where I'm like, I really don't care. As long as she's making herself happy, that's all that matters. I know, bro. She can have weave in and stuff and still be as woke as anybody else. So I got past that stereotype.
I respect the woman that wears whatever hair she has to the best of her ability, to be honest. Because you see, I'm cool with weave until it gets to the point to where it's like you put in the weave wrong, or it just looks really bad.
Just trying to cook.
I hate that.
I can clearly see the difference right here. So I'm like,
our beauticians.
Like, or if you got like a, I can't even. I'm not even going for certain people because I have stuff in mind right now. But honestly, like, as long as it's straight, whatever you do is cool with me. I don't have a issue.
So, but I have a question though, because this was actually on the Steve Harvey show where the dude basically was like, where he didn't like her natural hair, and so like, is that a question y'all ask on dates, like?
If her hair is not, if her,
no, like hair? How do y'all wear your hair? Because you know, like situations like that happen where a dude for the first time actually see somebody's hair and they be like scared, like what the fuck?
Yeah,
no, like, so it's like,
bro, no.
And this also happened on.
That's happened to me, bro. Because there's a chick I used to date in high school. She come through with the box braids. She looked so bad in the box braids, bro. And I was like, okay. And then she took the box braids out. I was like, I'm cool with it. But then I realized, like, she didn't really take care of her natural hair. And it started to just, like, it's like she was saying you take care of it and shit. And I'm like, you're not keeping your hair clean and stuff like that. It gets dirty and all that. I was not going, bro.
That's understandable.
I mean, that's understandable if she wasn't keeping her hair. But, like, people have, like, inches. You know what I'm saying? Or wear,
or what if your girl takes her wig off?
I saw this one girl
today. What y'all
today.
do? Y'all be like, what?
She's like 5'4" or something like that, but her hair was almost touching the ground, and it was like blue. And I'm like,
you doing too much description. You doing
like,
whoa. I like her.
Look here. Okay, I could have seen her anywhere. All right.
Yeah. I'm sure you look
amazing. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand the point of having like that much hair. Unless you just like hair, like you want to be Rapunzel today. That's fine.
Use hair as art.
But I was.
Some people use hair as art.
Yeah.
What do you think about Nicki Minaj's hair?
You know, I haven't seen it in a while.
Well, she has her hair
like 32
And quite honestly, when I look at Nicki Minaj, it's not always the hair that I'm looking at to start off with.
Oh, God.
But
that's a true fact. That's a true fact.
Okay, so
I'm going to be honest.
Jody, what you look
I have
like
a question. Oh, sorry.
What? What's the question?
Natural hair versus weave. How do you feel about that? If this was your girl, somebody you natural hair.
Gee, as long as you do whatever you do well.
Okay.
Okay. So for beauty standards, what do y'all feel about like? Because some people can't believe that black girls have naturally long hair or naturally curly hair. Like it's all like these ideas of, you know, you have to be mixed. Because when I used to have like straight hair and natural hair, like that was people's favorite question. Like they always used to be like, is this weave? I'm like, no. And I would literally be like put my hair back, like where? But you know, it's just this idea that, you know, we can't grow long hair, and if you do have long hair, you have to have something else in you besides being black. But I've seen like pure blood Africans with hair longer than white people. And so like, how do y'all feel like that Eurocentric ideas has played into like beauty as far as, you know, ancestry, you know, and hair ideas? Do y'all get what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say is that if you meet a black girl and she like waves, it's her natural.
Oh, why do I assume that she's mixed with something?
Yes.
Like you must
I feel
be
like that's
mixed
just
with Latino or something. You must be mixed with something. Yeah, I feel you.
I feel like we did that. To honestly, like we put that like, well, we can't grow long hair. I don't think nobody else influenced that into our culture. I think we did that.
I honestly, no offense, but well, none of us got perms. But if you got a perm, don't take offense. But I just think that your hair can grow longer without chemicals. That is harmful. Because when I used to get perms, that shit used to burn like scabs. You know, like that cannot be good if I get scabs in my hair from something like that. But I've noticed that when people decide to go natural, their hair grows longer than when they actually put perms in their hair. But that also because when you go natural, you take care of your hair a different way than you got a perm. Like most people that got perms, get heat damage as well because they press out their hair all the time. Versus people wear natural, don't put no heat on this, you know what I'm saying? Protective styling. And so,
I agree with that because, like, with perms, the way that they would figure out if it was ready or not, asking you if it burns.
yes.
Like, is it burning? That's how you know it's ready. So, I mean, I feel that, like, I agree totally with that.
Was you saying that it's our fault? I don't think so.
Now, y'all know there's some hair bias within our community.
It
There is some
really
hair
is.
bias, like, to the maximum that I've seen it.
But that started with self-hatred that white folk, you know. And
But, like, through the line, okay, for example, my hair is nappy. Her hair is curly. She has good hair. I don't.
But you do have good hair.
I believe I have good hair. But you know, black people be like, "Oh, you're natural," but she has the good hair. Like we did.
I mean, yeah.
We influenced that.
No,
If we perpetuate it, we keep it going.
Yeah, but I think that derived from assimilation. I don't think we started that.
Yeah, no, we definitely got it from white people, but what she's saying is like we keep it going.
Yeah.
And it's like we gotta break those like systems
I
of
mean,
control and
yeah.
shit.
That's what
we
it's
definitely
the same
didn't
thing.
create. We definitely didn't create that
We
mindset.
got a caller.
Hello?
What's
Hey,
Don't be the girl.
what's your name? Where you from?
My name is Donna Oriola.
Uh-oh.
Where you from? Hello?
I'm sorry. Okay. You just like me, that's why. Alright, watching live. Turning down. So my name is Dr. Donna Oriola. I actually did my whole dissertation on black hair and black female sexuality. So I talked about Afro-textured hair. And I must say, y'all, I'm sorry, I disagree. Black people didn't start this nonsense. It was started in slavery. Like legit started in slavery. That was a time when they categorized black people and Native Americans according to their hair texture. So you can, if you look up Guthrie Bay, that's he wrote the book Even the Rat Was White. He talks about how they categorize people as like octoroons and quadroons, and basically how black are you? Are you mixed with something? How mixed are you with that something? And they basically said we can tell who you are by your hair texture. So when slaves were trying to run away to freedom at times, women could almost never really get away with it because their hair gave them away. So even if you could pass by your skin, your hair would get your ass in trouble. So if you had that nappy hair, you wasn't getting to nobody's freedom. You had to have the naturally straight hair that you got from the ancestors that raped you.
Thank you. That was deep.
Yes.
And you said Guthrie who?
Say that one more time?
You said Guthrie who?
Guthrie Bay, B-E-Y. Guthrie.
Guthrie Bay.
He
Okay.
wrote the book Even the Rat Was White.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Shout out
Thank
to
you.
her.
No
Yeah.
Got her whole dissertation.
Look, she educated me. Okay, but
So
I don't
my
know. Okay,
question is,
not that
where's
they
the
created it.
transition though? Because I don't know why my mama decided to give me a perm, even though she said my hair was curlier when I was younger. But I look at pictures where my grandmother had afros, you know, because she was alive during the time. And then it was basically like, now she gets a perm faithfully all the time. So what do y'all think caused that transition of, you know, our grandparents' generation being so black power, you know, everybody had the afros and, you know, basically with the movement, with the Panthers.
It's because look what happened to the Panthers movement and what they did. That shit fell apart. So they had to realize, like, it kind of fucked with them psychologically.
Because the afro was always, you know, it was always put with militancy.
Militant.
You're violent, you know, like, so people were trying to get away from that image. That's when perms, curling your hair, Jerry curl, stuff like that, different influences came in.
So I talked to my mom today before I came here. I wanted to hear her point of view on one of the questions that she asked is like the second one: why is black natural hair deemed unprofessional and inappropriate in the workplace and in schools? And she talked about how basically her main point, her point was that a lot of these white people that are in these positions of authority are ignorant and what it takes to actually have natural hair they think of it as dirty and unkempt and untrained, but in all actuality, a woman could wake up in the morning and end up spending 30 minutes doing her natural hair. And to her and everybody else in the black community, it should be. You should realize that is beautiful right there. That is professional. That is her, taking a stand on her viewpoint on how her hair is. Oh, my bad. Do your thing.
I was listening.
Hello. What's up?
Hello.
What's your name? Where you from?
Yes.
This is Kaylin.
Kaylin.
Hi,
Kaylin.
Hey, y'all. Well, I'm at the part of I don't know if I'm behind or what, but I'm also at the part of the show where you guys are talking about the perm in the hair and things like that. My comment was, how do you guys feel about girls that can't take care of their natural hair? Because I know I do hair, so I come across a lot of people that say they just don't know how to take care of their natural hair. So how do you guys feel about the girls that don't know how to take care of their natural hair, so they decide to perm it?
I say it's just like weave, just like how they became educated on taking care of fake hair or any other type of hair. I feel like you can become educated in taking care of your natural hair. It's just do you want to put that energy forth, taking care and learning about your natural hair?
Honestly, it is easier to keep natural hair because it takes hours trying to braid your braid out or your twist out, and then having to wake up in the morning, moisturize it, and take it down, and do the same thing repetitively every night. But my advice is start simple. You can start with extensions, as far as braid extensions or twists to begin. But it's easier, like the longer your hair gets, it's probably easier to do it. Depending, but like thickness and thinness also plays a factor. But if you use the LOC method, leave in oil and cream and leave-in, meaning conditioner, then that will have your hair plenty of moisturized for the week, where all you have to do is probably braid it down, put it in a ponytail, or twist it down at night. And that's probably like the simplest advice. I feel like your natural hair becomes more difficult the more styles you want to do with it.
And the longer it gets.
It's also very expensive to take care of natural hair, so I get what she's saying.
But then again, I would say it depends, because like bundles cost a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't want to assume that everybody wears bundles if they're not natural, because some people can just wear their regular hair and it can be chemicals. But it's just the same amount of shampoo, or perm if you get a perm. Like it all costs the same amount of money. The only difference is I think naturals take more consideration of what they put in their hair as far as products. Like some people try to be like sulfate free, other people be like co-wash, no parabens, like all this stuff. I feel like once you get natural, you be trying to do too much, but you can be natural and be cheap. Yeah, it's very possible. Cantu,
oil,
water.
Yeah. I would like to hope that it's not like the reason that a lot of women are wearing like weave or pressing their hair and all that is the fact that they can't, take care of their natural hair and just wear it as natural. I'd like to believe that we wouldn't just blame the ignorance on, all this other stuff that we're trying to do to look like something that we're not. There's a lot of women on this campus that actually, they'll sew weave, or they'll put in weave in your hair, or they'll do all this other stuff to your hair. But I don't often see women talking about having classes, or at least just telling somebody how to actually wear their natural hair, how to take care of their natural hair, because I feel like there's a lot of women on campus that don't know how to do that. And so if there were actually people doing the opposite of that and showing you how to take care of your natural hair, then maybe you wouldn't have to spend so much money, so much time on trying to, wear weave or whatever it is that you do instead of wearing your natural hair.
But
I think that's in general.
But I think this should start at an earlier age. You shouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of black girls and even black boys, you don't control your hair until you get older. It's your parents' decision. So some people grow up not saying.
Phone call.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for the number out the way.
What's up? What's your name? Where you from?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, you're back on Melanination.
Hello?
Hello.
What's your name? Where you from?
I don't hear nothing.
We hear you, baby. Can you hear us? Hello?
Oh, that's not bad. It's Kendo. What's going
on?
Hey, girl.
Yeah. So I just wanted to comment and say that, okay, I can hear y'all on the TV is throwing me off. Okay. No, I just wanted to say that I feel like we cutting corners here. We can just be honest. You know, if you don't want to take the time to learn how to do your natural hair, just be honest and say you don't want to take the time to learn how to do that shit. Other than that, you just being lazy. The same time we take time and sit there and figure out how to beat our face and make our brows the perfect size and figure out what shade is your foundation. You put all that work in to make your zits and stuff go away, but really you can just drink water. There are other things that you can do, and I'm not throwing shade. I'm not trying to be, you know what I'm saying? Everybody think, oh, I'm just so extra and things like that. Whatever it is, what it is. We just gonna tell the truth. We're women, you know, I'm a woman, you know what I'm saying? Even men, like there's a certain thing that you have to do that's self-care, and that's part of that. The way you take care of your hair, the way you take care of your face, what you eat, what you put inside your body. These things matter, and we know that. So we need to stop acting like it doesn't. And so I'm gonna be honest. If you just want to take the shortcut and put your face on every morning, that's fine, and you can make it work for you. There's nothing wrong with that, but just be honest. Just tell the truth. Like, I'm sorry. Y'all being nice about it. I'm not it's kind of annoying. We're getting to the point where if you're going to start loving yourself and accepting yourself and being held accountable for your own self-care, the way that you're doing, or you're not. And if you're not, then at least be honest about it.
Thank you, Kendo.
Thank you.
And if you would like to give us a call, hit us up at 334-56-WIPAU. 334-56, wake your punk ass up.
I don't think we touched on this. Y'all want to talk about cultural appropriation?
I want to talk about black man's hair.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Cause y'all asked us about national weeds and buns and then.
Well,
So what is y'all preference? Locks? Now waves?
If you rock, okay, look, y'all edge us, bruh. Y'all just gotta keep them snappy. But like, other than that, like whatever y'all wear y'all hair, that's how y'all wear it. Like.
So you don't prefer dreads or?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, however you wear your hair, I'm gonna accept it. Like, you're a man.
I prefer wash. That's all.
You prefer what?
Wash
Yeah,
your
wash.
hair. Cause
I
feel like dudes are more active than girls, and I think that, you know, sometimes hair maintenance can be seen as a girl thing, but hair maintenance is a human thing, and you need to take care of your hair just like girls take care of their hair. And I think, like, depending on, you know, different cultures, I feel like natural hair for women is so much easier, even though we get it hard as far as trying to find careers. But men having hair, especially black men, is so much harder because y'all having long hair is seen as, like, negative. And I'm not just talking about locks. Like, gaudy hair is probably, like, let it sprout a little more because that stuff doesn't sprout at the beginning of the year. It's going to be considered too long, but let a white man wear his ponytail, that's considered okay. But black dudes can't do that. And so I think, you know, like, we both have it hard, but I also think that, like, y'all have, like, biases against y'all too, and I think that the way natural hair is viewed for men, especially black men, is totally different. Like, us, it's like viewing our culture. I said viewing, but like embracing our culture. But like freeform locks here is like negative for males versus if you go to like Caribbeans, it's acceptable. But here it's like nobody would want to hire you as a black male with freeform locks. Like locks, people barely want to hire you with that, but get freeform. And so I think, and that's just like with braids, like I think black men's hair is considered like associated with like being a criminal more so, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, you mean like you take just a guy, it might have like cornrows in his head or just like braids and patterns and all that.
Yeah, it's not like considered, you know, like this is a upstanding righteous man to people outside of our community where I could view them as like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? If you look at a dudes on this campus like with freeform locks, you probably think, you know, that nigga ain't got no job. You know, I'm just saying like that's probably what people view, but if you watch a white man with hair, it's like it has nothing to do with his character or who he is. But like black men having hair, it's just like y'all just need to keep a fade. I'm not saying y'all need to, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's what society is like, you know, that idea.
They definitely press that upon us to the fact to where it's just like it's almost impossible to get hired in entry-level positions with having your hair the way that you want to have it.
That's why when I had my hair long last semester and over the summer, whenever I went to interview, I had to have it like back for like in some kind of headband or something like to hold it back like that. And even like I noticed when I was working and like I worked at sales store and stuff, people would come to me kind of different when I just was like, all right, I feel like letting the curls just hang and flop down versus when I had it back.
I mean, we're definitely not playing on a level playing field. Whenever we come in, we graduate from college and we try to get a job somewhere. probably somewhere high up because now we have a college degree, hoping that, this college degree is going to mean something for us. We're not coming into a level playing field. Already coming from an HBCU, a lot of people believe that our A's don't mean the same as their A's, or our degree doesn't mean the same as somebody else's degree, and I don't agree with that. But quite honestly, quite frankly, that is our actuality. That is a reality that we're living in. So, I mean, I'm not saying for the guys, cut your hair if you're going to try and have a professional lifestyle. But at the same time, just be smart about what you do. You'll be able to judge whenever you're going somewhere. Not every job will make you, or not every job will have you, cut your hair low. But in a lot of workplaces, quite honestly, they have dress codes. And the dress codes, they'll tell you how to wear your hair. They'll tell the women how to wear their hair. They'll tell men how to wear their hair. Sometimes it is just low cuts. For women, it'll be, wear your hair in a bob, like if you want to work in some type of chemical factory, just anywhere. So I do say just be smart in whatever you do. You have to use your own judgment and don't get mad, when you wear your hair the way you want to wear your hair. I'm not saying don't get mad, but just be smart about it because they will possibly tell you no. And you're going to be like, I'm the best qualified for this position. Like you said, he might be the greatest in whatever you try to go do. But if it's one thing, if he has earrings in, if he's wearing his hair however he wants to wear it, if he's not wearing the right clothing to whatever the interview is, they might just put him out because of the way that he looks. He looks dangerous to a lot of people. He looks dangerous, and a lot of people don't like that overbearing black man, that strong black man, that smart black man. Not everybody can handle that. So, I mean, you just got to be smart when we do. When we get to our position, when we get some money, then we can start doing our thing. But
you can do whatever you want from whenever you want, G. I'm telling you. Y'all tweaking with this. You gotta have ways and a 360, bro. You ain't gotta have none of that to get a job, bro. If you grind how you grind, you put the work in, bro. The work gonna speak for itself. Money not gonna pass up money. If they see you as a good investment, they not gonna pass up on you for no reason, bro. If I'm trying to make money and more money, all that other stuff gonna go out the window eventually because I'm trying to win at the end regardless. And I'm not gonna.
But you can get a job.
It's still
you can get a job.
companies that don't look at you like regardless of how
I'm saying, and I understand, and I'm saying, why would you want to be in those companies?
But it's job versus career, though. Like, you can get a job anywhere with any type of hairstyle you want, but do you want this long-lasting career making XYZ amount of money?
I'm saying,
support your
this is
family,
what I'm
your
saying.
career, or whatever you want to do.
This is what I'm saying right now. You live the life that you live, and you got to understand the life that you live, right, G? If you want to conform and you want to keep putting that only that black man with short hair or whatever want to be in that workplace, whatever. Do what you do, but understand that that's the life you live in. You're not necessarily putting forth the best image you can be for people that look just like you and that's coming up just like you.
But is that for only the people that agree with the way that you're saying it? Or is that the people that agree with me or anybody else that would say that wearing your hair short or wearing your hair in a professional manner is actually professional?
That's the
you
thing,
say
though.
Do whatever you
this
want.
What I'm saying. This what I'm saying.
Question.
So someone said conforming is bullshit. Why do I have to change the hair that comes out my scalp for a damn job?
All right.
You don't.
So you don't, but I want to get back to what you said. You said that short hair and professional hair. You said those in synonym fashion, right? That's the problem.
As an example, that wasn't. That's not the way I wear my hair. That's not how I'm going in the military.
Okay, let's address these people.
Nah, I got a question for Jody for real though. Because I know in high school, like, didn't you have to go through that in high school where you had to keep your hair cut short?
They tried to.
Yeah, they tried to. So like, coming from that background, what do you feel like really like pushed you to like being so aggressive on not conforming and doing what you want to do?
Bro, I can't get 360 waves, right? It just don't happen on the sides, you feel me? And it's a lot of work to do that. I got it one time and I kept it for like a month, G. But it's a lot of work to do that and I just don't like that. And then I grew it out and it was cool. And everybody had a problem with it. I went to a black school, all black males, for black males and shit. And they was like, you feel me? They was on some, you gotta have waves, you gotta keep it low or straight, you feel me? 70s afro, but it's the 2000s in order to get a job. And they was trying to tell me that I had to fit a certain image to be successful in a workplace or for jobs or colleges to want me or whatever. And I told them no. And I was one of the top performing students at that school. And I continually told them no. And it started a sort of a change in that school to where everybody started wearing a nappy. And they had a problem with that and they tried to make me conform, but I didn't until I graduated. And then after I graduated, I went back this summer. It's people in there with dreads. It's people in there with whatever the cuts they want to. because of what I fought for and what I stood for. And I saw that change when I went back to my community. So that's why I'm saying that it's really important to do so. Yeah. To have people like that don't fit what's already been put out as what a good black man is or what a good black man can be. It's important for people to have black men fight that image and change that image so it's much more broader. And that's what I feel.
So you with your whatever hairstyle you wore that figure right there. You were the one that did that, and you showed that you can stand out and do whatever you want. But I'm gonna just make an assumption and believe that you weren't the one that passed that legislation. You weren't the one that actually changed whatever law for with your school that actually made that so that they could do whatever they want, that they can wear their hairstyle wherever they want. Whatever man or woman that did that, those were people. I'm gonna best believe that they weren't wearing their hair long, they weren't wearing dreads and locks or mohawk or whatever.
But here's the thing though, those were people that agreed with me that were in that system already. You don't know. That changed it. You don't. No, I changed it because without my courage, without me going in there and wearing my hair the way I hair it, that policy would still be the same. So I changed that shit.
So you're the one that physically, you're the one that actually.
No, I'm saying, G, if I'm without me, there is no you. There is no you changing it. Without me actually changing it.
Look at it like this.
Influence to change. I feel it.
Like with Kaepernick was the first dude to do it, and then now everyone wants to do it because they've seen him do it. Jody.
So if something changed in the NFL, is it them, or is it Kaepernick?
It was Kaepernick.
No, it's Kaepernick. He inspired them.
Actually, I think it's the inspiration.
He's saying somebody has to put the
I feel.
It's like he's a martyr for it. He lost his whole career and everything.
But at the end of the day, if that's still somebody's mindset, you're not really changing it. You're being like just giving something you want to give you the belief that you have power to do something. You see what I'm saying? Like, but if that's their mindset, that's gonna be their mindset, like regardless.
Well, I feel like it's being a leader. Like, you lead and you do something first. Like, a true leader will inspire everyone to follow behind him. He doesn't need to, like, bribe anybody. He's going to do his thing, and people are going to see, like, damn, like, he really did his own thing to get where he got it. So,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's good that he put that inspiration in place.
I'm saying that
what I'm saying is that's people's image. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like, it's like workplace diversity. Just because black people work at companies or Hispanics or Asians doesn't mean that they want us working there. It's called affirmative action. Do y'all get what I'm trying to say? Like, just because Jody inspired it, that's great. Congratulations, Jody. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that you have to influence from within. You know what I'm saying? Their actual heart, their mindset.
Here's my thing. As a person who doesn't have power, correct? You don't have power to change your neighborhood economically, none of that necessarily, right? You do, but you don't have much, right? So what power do you have? You have the power to inspire and influence those around you and those in higher areas. That is the power of the people. That's what all about being lower class, being mistreated, all of that is about. So I'm gonna use that power because I don't got nothing else. And you're not finna tell me that I have to conform and put my life at a lower stage just because I gotta get up there and then I can make a change. I can make a change now, bro. Yeah, and I'm not gonna be told that I can't.
People gonna look up and be like, he did it, I can do it too.
We have questions, some comments, some questions.
Concerns.
I'll take
Questions.
So one person says, I agree with Jody, y'all tweaking.
Who said they gotta be
for the city.
For the city. They have to be carried on something.
What is it?
Be the change or it isn't gonna happen. Why would you wait on someone to grant you your freedom? And I guess they were referring to you, Andrea, but they were like, she's a Muslim, her dressing like that in certain spaces is the same thing Jody did at school. And
I didn't say Jody didn't. Hold on, wait. I didn't say Jody didn't have a good point. What I was saying was that's good, but the idea is that it's basically you being given something, thinking that you have the power, but you really don't have the power to do something. That's just like if the NFL decided to throw a whole bunch of money towards, neighborhoods or like Kaepernick's Know Your Rights campaign. It doesn't mean that they really believe in what Kaepernick is doing. It's just like hush money. And that's what I'm saying, like, what he did was good, and that's good that he's an inspiration, but those are those people mindsets of that, you know, you have to do this to be successful. Then everything they're teaching those kids at that school is going to be surrounded by Eurocentric ideas of what you have to do to fit in to be successful. Just because they say you can wear your hair a certain way doesn't mean that their whole idea, their whole agenda of how they're going to educate you on how to be successful is going to change too. It's just like, hey, you can wear your hair how you want to wear your hair now. And that's the point I was trying to make.
I feel it, but you still gotta make a change at some point. It gotta start somewhere.
I agree.
Yeah, and it all builds. Like, it may start with just the hair, but everything's like a little piece. Everything's a little piece of the whole puzzle.
What's the next comment?
All right, they stated, I'm not sure if you all, it's the next one. Maybe the bigger issue is that many black colleges and elders keep pushing young black people to work for people and find jobs in corporate America instead of building careers for ourselves and making our own rules.
You know, that is true. I feel like that is true. Here, we're being prepared to work for somebody else. I don't feel like we're really being prepared to run our own business. So when that comes to how we look and how we act, they're teaching us how to be under somebody.
There's a class in Bremer called Corporate Survival Skills. No.
We got
I think
throwing it back. Throwing this one back, the one that agreed with Jody. They also made a comment towards you. They said, it sounds like you're demeaning the power of one person and the steps it takes to liberation. It's a process. ...
True. They want to think.
Alright,
that's
fair.
From this conversation, you know, I felt like I would change my hair, but you know, Jody inspired me. You do need stepping stones, so maybe, you know, if people took those steps, stuff could change.
Also, one good thing that when I thought about this when he was saying all of his stuff is it takes different people to do different things in that process. Not everybody could march during all the civil rights. Not everybody could do that. There were people that actually had the churches that they want to, have all their stuff in. There are the people that would feed them. Everybody had a to play. So if that's the thing that he did to get where he was, that's it. But there's other people that are going to take different routes. They're not the people they're not wrong. The ones that want to go ahead and conform right now, and in the end make the change for everybody to see. They're not wrong for the way that they're doing it, because at the end, their goal is to make change. All right. So they may do it differently right now, but at the end, it's going to benefit everyone. So it's great that he did the thing that he did, because he's liberating. He's liberating somebody. Somebody now has the ability to do whatever they want with their hair at that school. All right? But maybe somebody else is doing it differently.
They get lost in the system, though. They spend so long.
It's much more difficult to try and act like you're a wolf around wolves when you're a sheep. So why not just be a sheep? And that's my whole thing. I understand the mentality of I'm gonna infiltrate on the inside and blah blah blah. I get that. If you want to do that, that's fine. I'm gonna tell you to be careful, because there's a lot of people that do that and they lose themselves in the process. I understand what you're going for. Tough battle, go ahead. But my whole thing was, I didn't start that off like it as a protest. I wasn't like, I just didn't feel like cutting my hair low. And then they made a big deal out of it. And so I'm saying, like, don't do what you want to do, bruh. Do what's best for you and what makes you whatever, G. You feel me? But, I mean, like, somebody trying to threaten your happiness, do that to them. I ain't playing.
Okay.
Well,
Jody for president 2018.
Shout out to, we're going to wrap it out.
Shout out to Tuskegee Virtual.
And Patrick Wallace.
Yo, real deal, Tuskegee. I just realized that these are like from July 31st, 2017. That's really scary. I done ate like half.
Oh my God.
He about to die.
Anyway,
my last out is to tell your black, just tell children in general that they're beautiful, that their hair is beautiful, that they're intelligent. Build that self-love within them. Also, important too, tell your parents, tell your friends, tell family members that they're beautiful, that their hair. It's not all about the youth.
Spreading positivity.
It's also about who's here now.
Your hair is beautiful.
Yes. And
y'all's hair is
we'll be at the same location next Monday. Tune in and tell somebody about Tuesday. And tell somebody about Melanination.